to What's Stranger Than Strange. My name is Erin. So I wanted to start off by explaining what my intentions are with the channel. So I have always had a interest in the paranormal ever since I was a child. Things that are supernatural, unexplained, anything that kind of falls in that scope. And this channel is set up to explore those things. So, like all types of things paranormal, things that people question. Also, in regards to content, we'll be discussing different things such as, ghosts, cryptids, personal stories as well. If I have any that I can think of at the moment, I will go deeper into those as we progress through the videos. Now, the other thing that I would like to do as well on this channel is allow people who are viewing to submit their own stories to me, and we'll cover all that stuff later as well in later videos. But I do also want to bring in the opportunity for those who watch the channel to submit their own story through video. There may be times where we will sit and discuss certain stories or just submissions that people want to share with everyone, and it would be kind of more of like an interview, kind of one-on-one type thing. But for the most part, I would say that I will be doing a lot of like haunted video reactions. Now, one thing that I did want to disclose though is, even though I am making a channel that involves this type of material, I do actually have limits to what I will play on my channel. There are certain things that I do not allow, even in my own home, when watching certain videos. To some, it may be kind of confusing, but I am someone that does try to use a little bit of discernment when it comes to certain activities that involve the supernatural. So I would say, like, say for instance we're watching a video and you see that someone in the video is trying to communicate with an entity and they are trying to use like Ouija boards or spirit boards, I will immediately pause the video, skip it. I do not allow those types of things to be played in my home. I do feel that when you view certain things like that you do create an opportunity for something malevolent to enter your home and into your space and possibly affect you. I do not condone certain types of spirit communication just because I have had experiences with places that I visited that were supposedly haunted, that the people that were running the tour were doing things that I had never experienced in person before. And I will tell you that for me personally, there are just some devices and things that I won't use, because I just remember in the moment experiencing things that made me extremely uncomfortable. And I am someone that is, I would say, rather sensitive to energies. I usually am a pretty good judge of character, like without even really knowing anyone. Like if something's off, like I usually, I'll usually figure it out before someone else does. Um, but that was just one kind of little disclaimer that I wanted to give. If we're ever watching any type of video and I'm doing a reaction to it, typically I will stop the video and I'll skip certain parts, or I'll just fast forward it to get beyond it, if that makes sense, because I just do not allow that stuff to be played in my home. And so a little bit more about me. The reason why I'm kind of leery of certain things. Growing up, I did have a few encounters of my own, things that were just unexplainable instances that, like in a child's mind, it was really difficult to understand what was going on. But all I know was in the moment when I was experiencing what I did, I just remember being just terrified because I didn't know I just couldn't put into words like what was going on. I just, it's like the first time that you've ever experienced something with a ghost or something that you can't see. It's terrifying because you don't know what to do. You don't know, like, where's that noise coming from? Why is this happening? It's not to ramble too much, but I will share those stories later on. But I also wanted to share as well that, again, I do want to use a little bit of discernment with a lot of stuff that I do. Growing up, I was, introduced to church and everything, by my grandfather, who, by the way, was like the best person I've ever known. But going to church with my grandfather, over time, as you start to understand more, you do gain understanding that we are dealing in this world with more than just good spirits. And you can tell just by looking at the things that just go on in day-to-day life, the way that like people treat each other and things like that. Like, you just know that, there's two sides, so for me, I know that I may catch a lot of flack, from other believers because I'm doing this channel. But I also kind of want to, I guess, bring about like a certain type of, I'm trying to think of how to word this. I want to bring about like a certain type of knowledge, like, hey, like, don't get involved in these things, don't do these types of things, and like explain a little bit more as to why, like we already discussed earlier. I am hoping that this video is making sense. I've honestly never made, well, I think I've made a YouTube video one or two other times, but I'm hoping that what I'm trying to say is coming across well, as I'm trying to kind of get used to being on camera. I just really hope that everyone enjoys the content that I put together. I hope that I get a lot of viewer stories. I hope I get a lot of engagement from everyone, and as usual, just try to please, like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, I just hope that this channel is not only, I don't want to say like entertaining, but like, something that'll keep your attention, but something that you can also learn from. I hope that it's a safe space that people can share their stories, because I've been learning a lot about the paranormal since I was a child, and I just think that a lot of people experience things that it is strange to them in the moment, and then when you try to explain it to other people, it's almost like no one believes you, so they're like, that's weird, And I would just say, based on a lot of experiences that I've had, it's nice to have a place where other people can share their stories and you have a place that you can share yours. So I'm hoping that as I make more material, that everyone will, start to gain a lot more insight on things. I hope that there are realizations that people will come to as well, like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't be doing that anymore. Like the dangers of certain things. I know that humans are very spiritual beings, and I know that some people, even within the church, they're just very sensitive to the spiritual side of life. And being a believer myself, I just kind of wanted to create a channel where, people that are even like me can come in and share what they, what kind of things they've experienced, if that makes sense, and not feel like they're going to be judged because this happened or whatnot. And anyway, before I ramble on too long, thank you again for stopping by my channel. I hope that it was pretty clear, like, what I was going to do, but in the future, we are going to go ahead and start doing reaction videos. I am also going to show my email so that everybody can start to submit their own stories. And if there's anyone that wants to do like an interview, we can link up on the channel and you can share. But then again, thank you again for stopping by. What's stranger than strange? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.